Hi guys, so something that really annoys me about what happens in the House of Commons is that a member of Parliament, a minister, and even the Prime Minister can tell barefaced lies and get away with it. Why is that? Now on this occasion, Boris Johnson lied about the Northern Ireland Protocol. This was in response to a question from the DUP MP Ian Paisley Junior. He asked the Prime Minister, when will he trigger Article 16 of the Protocol? Notice Boris Johnson doesn't actually answer the question, but he starts lying instead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It has cost businesses in Northern Ireland the £850 million to date to operate the failed and suffocating protocol. Lord Frost is today in Belfast. When will the Prime Minister fix this by legitimately activating Article 16?
Prime Minister.
I thank the honourable gentleman, and I think the word I would fasten on in his question is legitimately. And there is no question that the use of Article 16, which after all has been done by the EU Commission to stop vaccines being exported to this country.
What? No, that's a lie, Boris Johnson. The EU did not trigger Article 16 of the Northern Ireland Protocol. And you know it's a lie. And the House of Commons knows it's a lie. But why do you keep repeating this lie? So what happened was the European Union were considering blocking vaccines from going from Northern Ireland to Great Britain by triggering Article 16. The Irish government got on the phone to them and said, please don't do this. It would be a disaster. And they didn't trigger Article 16. They haven't mentioned triggering Article 16 since then. So they didn't trigger Article 16. And we know this because, as I said on numerous occasions, Article 16 is not some sort of button that you press. There's a procedure here. You inform the other side, we're triggering Article 16 because of this problem. The Joint Committee meets to deal with that problem, and the two sides negotiate or try to resolve that particular issue. It's within a time limit and within a limited scope. So it's to deal, for example, if it were to happen, to deal with the rollout of the vaccines. That was it. It wouldn't affect other parts of the protocol. It wouldn't suspend the protocol. Boris Johnson knows this, but Boris Johnson is lying again.
Is something that is perfectly legal and within the bounds of the protocol.
Notice he didn't actually answer the question. The question is, when are you going to trigger Article 16? And Boris Johnson did not answer the question. He started lying instead. Now, will Boris Johnson trigger Article 16? Rumour has it that he may do it now that COP26 is over. So it could happen this week, it could happen next week, it could happen this month, or maybe in December, we don't know. But there is a rumour that Boris Johnson will actually trigger Article 16. Now, of course, Article 16 suspends part of the protocol in order to resolve a particular problem. But that's not what Boris Johnson wants to do with it. He wants to trigger Article 16 and then stop implementing the rest of the protocol. As I said this on numerous occasions, the protocol exists to protect peace in Northern Ireland. Article 16 is there as a solution to get over an issue. If there's some problem that needs to be resolved, you can trigger Article 16. But that's not what Boris Johnson wants to do. It's designed for partners that are respectable, partners who actually care about the protocol, care about implementing the protocol. So that's why it's there. So both sides can come together to try and fix the problem. But that's not what Lord Frost and Boris Johnson want to do. They want to trigger it in order to stop implementing the rest of the protocol. With what long-term goal here? What is the long-term goal? I don't think he actually has a long-term goal. It's about getting over some political problem he has at home at the moment. So there's this corruption scandal. Well, it'd be convenient to trigger Article 16 to distract the public for a week or two. I don't think that's going to work. It may work for a few days, but we will get back to the corruption after that. This is a cynical move by Boris Johnson, using Northern Ireland as a bargaining chip, threatening peace in Northern Ireland. But if he does trigger it, and he does try to stop implementing the protocol, and the EU respond with the way that they have described, and the United States get involved, it could end in tears. We could have a trade war taking place, and obviously, you know, there are no winners in a trade war, there are only losers, but some people come out worse than others. If you listen to the Brexiteers, they think that Britain will come out better in a trade war. No, there are no winners. They will tell you the UK will win the trade war. There are no winners, there are only losers. And the European Union can weather this storm much better than the UK. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.